Right. Well, you guys, thank you so much for having me. My name's Tanya, she said, and this today is going to be my first ever, not my first ever talk because I have a couple different talks, but I've been teaching other people's content. I have been building other people's businesses most of my life. As a John Maxwell leadership coach, I'm a real estate coach, and I have decided that I want to build my own business, right? And I want to impact people in the way that I know how. And the one thing that have become an expert at is life resets. So my question to you guys is, who here is tired? Raise your hand if you're tired. And if you guys can have your cameras on, you don't have to, but it helps me engage with you guys a little bit more. This is going to be kind of real, raw. If anybody knows me, I am, I talk about the raw stuff, right? Right now in real estate, there are a lot of challenges right now, but there's so much abundance in this industry, and there's so much um it's just a lucrative, abundant industry to make a lot of money, but it's hard, right? It's hard when it's really busy because you're really busy running all over the place, right? And it's hard when it's really slow. Okay. And the thing is, you have to realize that, in life is going to be messy. And when we realize that life is messy and life is going to be hard and pain is going to come, whether it's I'm too busy or I don't have enough money or I lost a client or my social media is not working or I hate my bosses, right? Or I don't appreciate my leadership. I'm not happy in my relationship. I'm not happy with myself. Can anybody relate to any of this stuff right now? Anybody? Raise your hand. So if you guys do have your cameras on, I don't care. By the way, you see me like this. Half the time, if you follow me on social media, I'm in a trucker hat. You probably would not recognize me. I am the I am the middle child of two recently retired Green Berets, Special Forces. So if I talk a little bit stern, it's not my fault. If I act like a boy, talk like a boy, my brother said, sis, if you were not a girl, and if you're a boy, you'd be a Green Beret. Part of that is the Ironman. I don't know if you guys know what an Ironman is. It's a triathlon. It's swimming, biking, running. It's 140.6 miles, and you have to, and then it's a 2.2 mile swim, a 112-mile bike, and then it's a marathon, right? So my brothers would always say, you know what? You pay to do that crazy stuff. We get paid to do that stuff. So that's why they're like, you would be a Green Beret. So anyways, I just ask that, if you can put your cameras on, great. But today is your lucky day. I don't know if you guys saw the title. The title of this is It's Your Lucky Day. Reduce stress, improve health and happiness with the Life Reset Blueprint. So, by the raise of hands, who is tired of this year and ready to go into year 2024? Okay, me too. And if you're online, like, do an emoji, say me. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. Let's go. Okay. Now, by the raise of two hands, who's ready for a life reset? Who's ready to get their mojo back? Who's ready to meet their maximum potential? Who's ready to say, you know what? This year was lessons, right? We should live life with no regret. We should live life like this was the lesson. So when you have a hard time, right? Of course, we pity ourselves every now and then, and we're like, man, this really sucks, right? Like, why me? Have you guys ever done that? Like, why me? Like, God, please. Like, I've been through enough. I've had already reset over and over I started this new career. I stopped this career. I joined a team. I left a team. I left a business, a company. I joined this company. And now I'm having to reset. And here is the secret to life. The secret to life is learning how to adapt and learning how to reset, because you're constantly going to have to reset and reset and reset, especially in this business. And part of that is real estate. Some people think it's easy. It's not easy, right? What happens is you have a different client, a different house, a different realtor, a different escrow officer, a different lender, a different set of problems, lots of different things. Okay. Excuse me.
Hey, Tanya, on your workbook, I think do you have a link where we could share like a public link? Because that one says we need permission. And I want to see it.
Yeah. Give me a second. Let me find that. You know what? I'll do this one here. This is share. Only you can access. Anyone with this link. Okay, perfect. Okay, here. Let's see if we can do this really quick. All right, here we go. Tell me if this works. Okay.
That's perfect.
Does that work?
We're in.
Okay, good. So I want to talk to you guys about resetting. Okay. Like I said, I'm the expert of resetting. All right. But I also want to ask you guys some grace. Okay. This is this talk, the Life Reset Blueprint, has been in the works for, and by the way, there might be tears, so I'm sorry, for almost 2 years. Okay. And I was asked to talk just recently, and they're like, can you do a reset talk? You always talk about a reset talk. And can you do it? And I'm always teaching everybody else's stuff. And I have this booked for the 16th and the 9th. But Amanda said, Tanya, we need a speaker next week. Can you do it? And I'm like, oh, isn't it? Okay, let's go. Right. The thing about life is saying yes to opportunities. So Chris Heller, the former CEO of Keller Williams, is a friend of mine. And he's the first person one of the first people I worked for in San Diego in real estate. Our daughters went to school together. And I remember him telling me when I came over to EXP, like, Tanya, I want you to leave your team leader role at Keller Williams. And I want you to start this network called the Thrive Network within EXP. And I kept saying, no, Chris, no. I'm not ready. I gotta, fulfill my commitment. And he goes, you know what, Tanya? Opportunities like this don't always come, they're not always presented to you. So I have learned to say yes in my life. And you guys write this down. Start saying yes more to the right things and no to the wrong things. Okay. Part of a life reset is I've got to say no to the good so that I can say yes to the best. I've got to say no to the good to say yes to the best. What that means is everything that comes to us is good, right? People are like, oh, this is good and this is good. You have to stop being seduced by every opportunity. You have to stop being seduced by every shiny object. You have to stop being seduced by everybody that calls you up and says, hey, how are you doing? I see you're struggling over there. I can help you if you come over to my company, right? And I can offer you X, Y, Z. Okay. The thing is we have to never be quick to make a bad decision, especially right now. Life is about right now as adults, the leaders that lead you. Can I get an amen for that? Okay. The leaders that lead you. When we were younger, so I have a 23-year-old and a 21-year-old, and it's crazy to say that I'm going to be 50 years old this year. The thing is we always say, they would always leave the house and I would say, make good choices, make good choices. And really, I'm like, don't be smoking marijuana. Don't be getting girl pregnant, right? Don't be driving drunk, right? And don't be dumb, okay? But as we here with our life reset, we have to make good choices, okay? And the choices really are, what are we going to do with our life? How are we going to live our life? And John Maxwell says, live life with intention. Most people accept their lives. They don't lead their lives. Have you guys heard that before? Most people accept their lives. They don't lead their lives. And going into 2024, you should be writing, I will lead, write this down. I will lead my life. I will not accept my life. Okay. But guess what leading your life means? Leading your life means having hard conversations. It means 86ing people out of your life. It means putting people on a shelf. It means assessing who you are, what you are, where you want to be. And it also means firing yourself sometimes. Okay. So a lot of people, right? We live in this world of blame, shame, condemn. Okay. We blame everybody for our excuses and we blame everybody for our problems. But what we need to do is first we need to look in the mirror, because they always say, like, it's the shadow looking back at you, right? And you guys, I am preaching to the choir. I'm the first one to be like, oh, hell no. That was him. That was her. That was that person, right? But with all my wisdom, right, I realized that I'm in control. God's in control, right? I cannot be living this messy, crazy life. It's not sustainable. Okay. It's not sustainable. So I'm going to tell you a little story. Okay. It's Your Lucky Day was born on November 8th, 2021. 2021. I'm 47 years old. Okay. I go in for a routine heart checkup. All right. Go into a routine heart checkup. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have a post-COVID heart check, right? I had just done a 24-hour fitness event. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of GoRuck. Look it up on YouTube. GORUCK. GoRuck is a special forces like event. It's not like Tough Mudder. It's sort of like Spartan, but you have Green Berets and special forces smoking you. What smoking you means, they just work you and they make you do push-ups and go through the mud, and you stay up for 24 hours. You carry rucksacks, right? My rucksack is usually between 35 and 47 pounds because I'm an overpacker. I'm learning um, I'm learning not to overpack anymore. I'm like, you can't be overpacking when you're doing it that long, right? So anyways, I did this 24-hour fitness event here in Colorado. I went to Florida, moved to Florida as an empty nester. And I was like, having heart problems, a little bit like heart palpitations. But I just thought it was because I was overweight, right? I'm an Islander girl. And I was like, okay, us Guamanians, right? From the islands, we're like Hawaiians, right? Like we carry extra weight, like strong is the new skinny. I don't need to lose weight, but maybe I do because I'm slow, right? So anyways, I knew something was a little wrong, but I was like, whatever, I'm just going to go in for a post COVID heart check. Went in for my MRI. After that, he goes, you know what? You have a birth defect. We're going to send you to a heart cath doctor. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go to this heart cath doctor. I go with my son, and my doctor walked in, and guess what he said? He said, it's your lucky day. You have less than 5 years to live. This is less than 2 years ago. You have less than 5 years to live. Okay. You will not survive a heart attack. You have the widowmaker, and you need double bypass heart surgery next week. And I was like, you're talking to me? Like, I'm an Ironman triathlete. I literally just finished a 24-hour fitness event, no sleep, carrying men, bricks, logs, and then one the month before. I know you're not talking to me. And he's like, yes, young lady, I'm talking to you. And you need to have heart surgery next week. And that's when my world was like, what just happened? Right? That's when I realized again, I'm not in control. God's in control. Okay. So I went home and I'm crying, right? I'm like, whoa, what just happened? And I looked up in the Bible and I was like, there has to be a verse on it's your lucky day. There is a verse. It's Mark 10:49, and you'll see it on the screen. It's your lucky day, get up. Like literally, I get home, it's your lucky day, get up. You know what God told me? God was like, girl, you have reset over and over and over and over. This is your new reset. Okay. So today is your lucky day. It's time to get up. Okay. It's time to get up. It's time to stop feeling sorry for yourself. It's time to start blaming, shaming, condemning. Okay. It's time to get your life in order. All right. So this is my lucky heart pillow. Okay. This pillow saved my life. So, all right, breathe. Okay. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
We can see it.
Yes. Does it say it's your lucky day?
Yes.
Yay. All right. It's your lucky day. Mark 10:49. How to reduce stress, improve health and happiness with the life reset blueprint. Okay. So, friendly reminders. Okay. Now that I'm sharing my screen, many of you may not know this, but you can take the middle of your screen where the speaker is, and there's a line, and you can half it. You could split screen. I always hate when there's this great speaker and I see their screen, but I can't see their face. So if you guys want to do that, it's okay. If you don't, it's all right. Okay. So I asked you the question, are you tired of being tired? Do you need a life reset? And many of you guys said yes. Okay. So it's your lucky day. Get up. So this was a day, November 19th, 2021. Okay. This was right after I got out of heart surgery. When you have double bypass heart surgery, I didn't know this going in. And this is where, God says, say yes. I said, say yes. I go, okay, yeah, I'll do heart surgery. I didn't do any research and I didn't realize they were going to saw my sternum open. They saw your sternum open and they open it up. Okay. And they stop your heart and they put you on a heart and lung machine. And essentially, it's almost like you're dying and you come back to life. Okay. And what happened before this is my son, my 21-year-old at the time, that came in and was waiting for me to wake up. He wasn't sure if I was going to wake up. Okay. The thing is I want to ask you a question. If you were to die tomorrow, do you feel like you would be fulfilled? Do you feel like you've done what you wanted to do? I'm sure the answer is probably no for most of you, right? Because you're so hard on yourselves. Okay. Are you living life? There is a quote that says, are you living or are you surviving? Are you living or are you surviving? Okay. Living means live life, work to play, right? I like work hard to play hard. Money is energy that you can use to build wealth, to spend time with your family, to gift other people, to create memories. And if you guys are not doing that, today is the day that you need to start that. Okay. Because with the Widowmaker, all right, yes, I had a backwards heart, but I do believe that stress created a lot of it. And that's why stress is a really important part of this. Okay. So when you ask yourself, if I died tomorrow, if they gave me a week to live or 6 months to live, what would my legacy be? Would my legacy be, she worked really hard. She was stressed out all the time, or he worked really hard, but he was really sad and he was constantly depressed. He had so much potential, but he would just stayed in his house. He was a recluse. God gave him a spiritual gift to be a speaker, to go out and shake hands and kiss babies and impact the world. But he didn't believe in himself, right? He didn't have the courage and he didn't have the confidence to go out there. You know what is a shame? My grandfather would say, that's a dirty shame. One thing that is such a dirty shame as a coach, as a disc coach, is seeing people that do not believe in themselves. I feel like 90% of the world does not believe in themselves. Okay. And I want to share that with you is stop comparing yourself to other people. Okay. Stop comparing yourself to other people's chapter 50s, chapter 25s. Okay. Stop comparing yourself to fake book. Okay. Because as a disc coach, I coach people that make 200,000, 300,000, 500,000. I coach CEOs. I coach people from that are just beginning. And there's this common theme. Okay. The common theme are people are like, I'm a hot mess and I am not happy. I don't love my life. I just don't feel like myself anymore. I'm lost. Can anybody relate to that? Can anyone relate to ever feeling that way? Okay. That like, I know I have more potential. Okay. And so if you were to die tomorrow, right, the legacy that we leave, yes, there's monetary, we're always thinking about the monetary legacy, but the legacy we need to leave is like, who was that person, right? We need to think as like generational health, generational mental health. We left the legacy of, you know what? I kept getting punched in the face, but I kept getting up. Okay. I was a hard worker. I was resilient. I loved myself. The best gift that you can give to yourself, to your team, to your clients, and to your family is to love yourself. Okay. And loving yourself doesn't come in a size. Okay. It doesn't. Loving yourself comes in, you know what? I'm human. I mess up. I'm imperfect. I suck some days. Right? When you're condemning everybody else, you should start condemning yourself, okay? Because we all suck some days, okay? So the question is, what legacy are you going to leave? Are people going to think you're happy? Are they going to think you're resilient? Are they think you're sad? You're depressed? You had all this potential, okay? So this photo here, the day before I went into surgery, okay? I have a life insurance policy. I've had it since the kids were born, but I didn't have a will. So I had to do my will. And guess what? I had to have my kids on the phone and say, if I die tomorrow, because trust me, dying on the table during heart surgery happens. It happens all the time. You either die or you have heart problems, you have strokes, okay? I was worried about dying. I was worried about not waking up. And I called my kids and we were all crying and I was like, look, I know you're going to cry, but if I die tomorrow, did I live a great life? And they're like, hell yeah, mama, you did. Right? Within means, right? Of course, I need more money to do more things, right? But the thing about me is I live life and a lot of people live life vicariously through me. Tanya, how do you do that? I just do it like I plan it. I don't live to work. I work to live. Okay. And my kids said, you know what, mama? No, you've lived an amazing life and you've already done what you've had to do. And so I said, here's what I want you to do. Instead of throwing me a funeral, okay, with all the black, I want you to throw me a party. I went to a funeral where they were wearing Hawaiian shirts and they had birthday cakes and birthday balloons. They were celebrating the person's life. Throw me a party, celebrate my life. I have a death podcast or death playlist. Like, here's all my songs, and roast the crap out of me at my funeral. Okay. At my celebration of life. Take my ashes and go to Guam. That's on my dream board, is take my mom to Guam. I've been there. Go to Switzerland. Okay. Go on the Alaskan cruise. Go to Thailand. All the kids, everywhere I want to take you, take my ashes and celebrate my life because I have lived a really amazing life. Okay. And I've been loved. Right. And the thing is I know that. How do I know I've lived an amazing life? And how do I know I've been loved? Because I'm going to share with you, I have a very dark past and dark story, but it starts with gratitude and it starts with appreciation. If you haven't read the book, The Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren, read that book. Okay. If you're going to read one book this year, now I haven't read that book, it is a Christian book, but people, non-Christians, are reading this book. Everything happens for a reason. And when you look at your life, right, and you look at this last year, right, in real estate, okay, and you think, man, it's been a really hard year. Well, look at the year before that, right? It was hard because everybody was busy. You're putting, 20 and 30 and 50 offers on properties for people. Your clients are getting into properties that are, $50,000 over asking price, $100 over asking price, waiving appraisals. No one really felt good in that market, right? Yeah, the interest rates were low, but it didn't feel right for a lot of people. Okay. And so I know everybody's like, I want more business, right? But the lessons were there. Okay. This market was slower, right? But the lessons were there. This might have been the season where God was preparing you, okay, to get prepared to really go to where you need to go. Okay. This is a season to slow down. And during this here, when I went to the hospital, I lost 90% of my business. Okay. Because I was a coach. People are like, I don't want a sick coach, a coach with heart problems for real. Why would I give my money to her? Okay. And I was so worried about my financial position being a midlife single empty nester, right? Like, talk about scary. Okay. But I realized later, because I'm constantly reflecting, is what was the lesson? You know what the lesson was? The lesson was God cleared my calendar. Okay. He cleared my calendar so that I could have time to heal and peace. And I'm always giving to other people. Okay. So I want you to write this down. Okay. Write down, what were the best lessons of 2024 or 23? What were the best lessons of 2023? Okay. The best lessons. Okay. What worked in 2023? Okay. All right. So moving on. This is like off script a little bit. So, all right. So the thing is, you guys got to decide. Okay. You have to decide. I'm tired of being tired. I want a life reset. I know I have more potential. I know that I am fearing rejection by picking up the phone, calling people, but write this down. Rejection makes me money. Rejection builds wealth, right? Being rejected as a guy or a girl, if you're going on a date, right? You got to kiss a bunch of frogs to get to the prince, right? So you have to get rejected to get to the good ones, right? You have to get rejected in this life to make money in this business. Okay. You have to find the needle in the haystack. You got to find the motivated, but you're not going to find the motivated if you don't decide that I have to build my confidence to go talk to people. And guess what? The only way that you can build your confidence is it starts with you. Your leaders supplement what you have. The company supplements who you already are. Okay. The tools, the resources, they're all supplements. But to know yourself is to grow yourself. And the problem is, when people get into this business, the problem is they're like, okay, everybody tells me I have to have these goals, and I got to do this, and I got to do this, and I got to make all these phone calls, and I got to do all this social media, and I got to make videos, and I got to join this company, and I got to go network my ass off, right? But you know what they don't do is, people don't talk about the core, right? What is it in me that's going to attract more? What is it in me that's going to repel more? And confidence is sexy. Humble confidence is sexy. And bottom line is, if you don't love yourself and you're not confident within yourself, people can smell it a mile away and they can feel it. And in this business, people want to work with people that they can respect. Okay. So it's time to level up. It's time to build your life reset, focus on yourself. Okay. Is this resonating with anybody? Anybody? Okay. So when I was in the hospital, right after I got out of the hospital, I was like, all right, I was laying there not knowing if I was going to be disabled, but I was like, you know what? I might be disabled after this. I might not be able to pay my bills. I might have to, have somebody take care of me. I don't know if my boyfriend's even going to want to date me anymore because I've had heart surgery. So you can't see my scar here, but luckily they glued it together, but they also took my artery. So instead of taking my vein out of my leg, they took my artery in my arm, my radial artery. Okay. The thing is I made a decision. Tanya 2.0 is about to emerge. Okay. So if you want to become the 2.0 version of yourself, the 3.0, 4.0, I'm all about Tanya 2.0, but because I'm going to be 50 this year, I'm like, this is Tanya 5.0. Okay. You have to decide. It doesn't matter where I've been, who I've been. If I've been a wretched soul, okay. I was at church the other day and they were taught Amazing Grace came on and Chris Tomlin was singing it. And I was like, man, when I'm sitting here condemning people and blaming people and all these things, like I'm a wretched soul too. But when I realized that, you know what, I don't have to be that way. I have to be better than yesterday. That's when you have the power. Okay. Because David Goggins said, no one's going to save you. All right. So I told my son, I'm going to be the 2.0 version. And here we go. So this is what I played probably 3 days after heart surgery. Can you guys hear this? Can you hear it?
Yes.
So this video here was me saying, you know what? This isn't going to define me. Okay. This is where I am going to beat this. And you guys have to have that attitude. Attitude is aptitude. Okay. You're going to beat this market. You're going to stay in this market while a lot of people are retreating, right? You should be thanking the people that are retreating because this is your time. Okay. By the way, I have to figure out how to go back to, okay, good. Okay. Can you see my page again? Are these my notes?
I can see your video.
How about, does it say the greatest legacy?
No.
No.
Okay, let me stop it and then reshare it. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Like, okay, good. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, I probably have to go back, which is fine. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, can you guys see it?
Yes.
Is it full screen?
No, I can see your whole Canva.
How about now?
There we go.
Yes.
Okay. So here's the thing. Think about your legacy, right? The greatest legacy one can pass on to one's children and grandchildren is not money, but rather a legacy of character and faith. Okay. What's good character, right? Good character is he's a hard worker. He has integrity. He has resiliency. She is a strong person. Every time she gets punched in the face, she gets back up. Okay. So think about that. You know what? I got punched in the face a lot this year. It's time to get back up. Okay. So, oh, these are my kids. All right. This is my why. It's my daughter, my son. Okay. And when I talk about a life reset, you guys, not only did I have heart surgery, I've been the same place a lot of you guys have been. Okay. I divorced after 23 years. Right after the crash, we had 14 homes. We lost everything except for one home. Okay. It was public foreclosure because we lived on the street that everybody lived on, right? That everybody lived on. We lived on the street that our school was on, the elementary school, and that's where our farm was. Okay. It was humiliating. All right. And Life Reset was also born by this kid. Okay. In ninth grade in 2017, I walked in on him hanging himself. Okay. He's alive. He's here. Okay. And so that is when we decided this was a life reset. We decided, you know what? He was being maliciously bullied, and I have to take responsibility for deciding to divorce their dad. Okay. And I divorced him for good reason, but that's where we have to take responsibility for our life and go, you know what? I can be better. I am a wretched soul sometimes. I can be the person that I want to be, and I can show my kids that nothing's going to hold us down. Okay. So we moved to Colorado from San Diego, and I said, we're going to do nature over medication, and we're going to save your life. And that's where the life reset, he goes, I go, this is your life reset. You're not going to be defined by that. And I want you guys to know, you don't have to be defined by loss of financial loss right now, divorce, loss of a parent, loss of like losing yourself, right? The loss of anything, right? Humility. Maybe you lost control in your life. You made some bad decisions. All you have to do is decide to be better than yesterday. Okay. So we moved him to Colorado, and now he's never been on medication. His life was saved by changing his environment. Write this down. Change your environment to change your life. Change your environment to change your life. You don't have to be as extreme as me, right? Moving from San Diego and leaving everything I had to Colorado, then moving from Colorado to Jacksonville as an empty nester and back to Colorado. Okay. I'm back in Colorado because I knew that my environment was not serving me. I knew that Florida wasn't for me. I like to snowboard. I like to get out. And I knew that Florida's slow. I felt like I was dying there. People are just slow there. And so the thing is, change your environment to change your life. And this is my beautiful daughter, Michaela. She is 23, moving here as well, changed her life. Okay. So when I say I'm an expert in life resets, divorce, right? Childhood trauma that I could write a movie about. And I have a feeling there will be a movie one day. Then, suicide attempt. Then I lose my job get laid off during COVID. Okay. I had to reinvent myself being a John Maxwell leadership coach and a DISC coach to helping teams and individuals. Then I'm like, all right, I got my mojo back again, right? I got my body back after my divorce, right? But then now I had double bypass surgery. And when you learn to get up, and get up, and you take the pain, it's called your pain file, and go, man, I'm going to write down all the pain that I had. What was the lesson? I got up then, I can get up again. Okay. So it's time to take control and responsibility for your life. Okay. It's time. No time like now. Okay. So how do you reduce stress? Okay. The way that you reduce stress is you got to take care of, first and foremost, your mental health. Okay. We are in a mental health crisis right now, and the mental health is at its all-time low. There are just an epidemic with suicidal ideations, people that have taken their life, right? People that are depressed and nobody knows it, right? Taking your mental health back is a holistic approach. Okay. It's taking your health back mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Okay. You have to focus on your mental health. All right. And so that I want you to write down is focus on my mental health. Okay. And mental health means like, what are you doing to reduce the stress in your life? Okay. So statistics, awareness, assess, make a plan. You have to understand what's happening, right? And you have to assess where you're at right now and where you want to be. Okay. So I want you to write this down on a scale from 1 to 10. Where is your mental health right now? Okay. Just write this down for yourself. Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, where is your mental health? Okay. All right. And the next question is, what is one thing I need to do to make it a 10? Okay. There's the book, The One Thing. There's 1,000 things that we can do. Okay. Sometimes it means we have to remove toxic people and toxic things. Sometimes it means the environment that we're in, our home environment, maybe you can't leave your environment because you're going to stay married, but you can protect your peace. Okay. You can protect your peace for that life reset. Okay. So this is just really quickly, it just shows people are lost, right? They're having worry about money, right? They're embarrassed to talk about financial situations. A lot of people are having financial strain right now. Okay. Guess what? Vulnerability is the new sexy. Vulnerability is where you can be vulnerable about what you're going through and not hold it all in. Because guess what? The body keeps score. I have the Widowmaker, I truly believe, because I never slept in my life because of childhood trauma from wondering if my dad was going to hurt me or hurt my mom and my brother, which was my life. Okay. I had financial stress with through my marriage, which is why I left. Okay. If you don't address your financial pain, okay, then it's not going to get any better. And if you're in denial, it's not going to get any better. But you have to have a plan to make it better. Okay. And in this business, this is the business to do it in. Okay. If you want to get ahead in life, like work this business, this is the fastest way to get out of financial strain and pain. Okay. So there's a lot like financial stress, right? People are canceling plans, they're isolating themselves. There's a lot going on. This is a myth versus fact, okay? Cancer is the leading cause of women in America. That's a myth. Heart disease kills more women than any other disease. Almost 5 times as many women die of heart attacks every year than cancer alone. Okay, so get your heart checked, ladies. Get your heart checked. Write down heart scoring exam. They wanted to put me on statins when my stress levels were high. I had them do a heart scoring exam and found out I don't have heart disease. I have perfect arteries, but they would have put me on statins 6 years ago and I would have had even more problems. Get your heart checked and don't think that anxiety is just anxiety. Okay. A lot of women push off the, those things. Okay. So plan your life and plan your habits. Okay. Plan your lives and plan your habits. Okay. Take a picture of this. This is part of this is the workbook. Okay. Write down, planning your life starts with gratitude, waking up every day. One of the ways that I reset my life after my divorce is I only listen to worship music because I listen to people that are like, oh, forget him and all the songs are so negative. It's like, no, I don't need that. I just need goodness in my life. So every day for the last 10 years, I say, hey, Alexa, turn on. I don't want to say, she's about to talk to me.
Sure.
No, Alexa, stop. I turn on worship music every single day. I personally am a believer and I read the Bible every single day. And this is one thing that I do 99% of the time. Start with who you're grateful for. Okay. There is a book. I'll send it to you. It's called the 5-Minute Journal. And it goes with daily affirmation, 3 things you're grateful for today. This is the wrong page. 3 things you're grateful for today. And at the end of the day, what are 3 things that happen? But I like to put, who am I grateful for today? Right? Because we can talk about all the people we aren't. Who are you grateful for? So start with gratitude. Okay. So, and going back to planning your habits. Okay. Planning your habits is your morning routine. If you want to, there was a video that said, if you want to change the world, make your bed. Okay. Make your bed every single day, because if you make your bed every day, he said, I think it was a chief in the Navy. He said, there's a lot of sharks in this world. And when you go out into the world, sharks are going to eat you up and you're going to get just beat down, right? And you're going to lose. But when you come home every day and your bed's made, at least you won at something small. Okay. Success is about all the little small successes, all the small things building up to success. Okay. So plan your life. Another book is The Miracle Morning for real estate. That's a good one. But get your daily, if you can get your morning routine dialed in, okay, have a spiritual practice, whatever God you believe in, okay, make sure that you work out, right, move your body, okay. So how to improve your health, okay? Improving your health is move out, move in, move your body, okay? So how do you improve your health? Improving your health is you need to move the things out of the way that are not serving you, okay? You have to assess what's not serving you, okay? When I had you write down what's working, right? What's working in your life, I want you to write down what didn't work, okay, last year, And who didn't work last year? Okay. Who brought you toxic energy, right? And some people are not toxic, but they're complacent. Okay. Complacent people can be poisonous to our souls because we love them. They're not toxic. But the thing is, a lot of we're energy, right? Especially if you're an empath, you're taking it in. Right now, for the next 90 days, 6 months, you might have to put complacent people that you love that are always complaining. They're making no decisions to do anything good in their life. They're not taking action, right? My brothers, the Green Beret, both of them are Green Berets and they're very highly successful, said, be a doer, not a don'ter. Don't hang out with don'ters, hang out with doers. Okay. So I want you to write this down. What worked in 2023? The top 5 things that worked. Okay. Top 5 things that worked. What didn't work? The 3 to 5 things that didn't work. Okay. Who didn't work? Okay. And then you got to decide where you put these people. Okay. Am I going to just say, this isn't serving me? Okay. So the other thing is move in. And by the way, this is a real quick overview. I have a course called The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth for Realtors. And we go in to, it's a 6-week master or 7-week mastermind. We go into this, right? The law of the mirror, the law of reflection, the law of consistency. And we go super deep into this whole personal stuff. Okay. So the other thing is move in, move closer to the things that are serving you. Okay. So I want you to write down right now. Okay. Write down the top 3 people, or you could just write one person, but later do this, that bring you energy, that bring you joy, that like fire you the hell up. Okay. And it might be someone in your circle. Okay. It might be people outside of your circle, like Amanda's in my coach's leadership group. Like I love showing up because they fire me up. Right. So move things that the people that bring you joy. Okay. Now I want you to write down joy. Okay. Joy. A lot of people are missing joy in their lives. When I coach people on the disc, a lot of people are high eyes. They're like depressed. I'm like, tell me about your life. Oh my God, I'm making cold calls. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm like, you're not even talking to people. You're not having fun anymore. Are you having fun anymore? Is life fun for you? Are you doing anything that brought you joy? A lot of times when we become an adult, we used to dance. We used to go drop it like it's hot, even if it's in the living room, right? We used to go to concerts, live concerts. We used to go to the gym and see our friends. We used to go to book clubs, right? We used to do dinners with our friends, but all we're doing is working. We're not having any fun, okay? So I want you to write the top 3 things that bring you joy and who brings you joy. And your homework with that is to make an appointment with those people. Call them up and be like, you know what? I had this coach. She said, write down the people that make me happy and bring me joy. When can we get together? Okay. Find more joy in your life, because when you have more joy, guess what? You're going to attract more business. People are going to feel it, right? I am no better than any of you guys, right? I am an imperfect human being, but I know the people are attracted to me because I have joy in my life and I live my life, right? I love life, even though it sucks a lot of the time. Okay. Move your body. Okay. Move more to be more. Move more to be more. Every day, my doctor walked in and said, you're doing really well. It's miraculous you're alive. I'm going down in medical history, by the way, medical journals. You're doing really well. It's miraculous you're alive. Your physical fitness saved your life. Yeah, I'm going to be 50 this year, but guess what? I'm still snowboarding with my kids. I'm still doing things that 20-year-olds can't do. Okay. The thing is if you're depressed, a lot of people go on depression meds right away. Okay. But before you do that, start moving your body, because statistics show that the recovery rate for depression, if you're doing exercise and meds, is higher, right? Like the what is it? I keep thinking the recidivism rate, and that's for like pedophiles. But the thing is you recover faster when you have exercise. So if you're not exercising, move your body. I always say also, if you want to change your life, do something hard. Sign up for something hard. If you want to do really well in this business this next year, okay, please take this to heart, okay? It's going to take a lot of mental turmoil, right? It is like mental warfare, right? To really make it in this business this next year because you have all these factors coming at you. Sign up for something hard. Sign up for a 5K, even if you're going to walk. Sign up for a 3K. Sign up for a half marathon. Go sign up to go to a bubble run with your friend. Pick something. This is your homework. Pick something to do that you can move your body to focus on, because your body will keep score and your body will break down faster than you think if you cannot sustain all of the mental turmoil. Okay. So move your body. How to improve happiness. Okay. To know yourself, you got to know yourself and you got to change yourself. See, product planning, get that out there. The pain file, you got to change your environment. Okay. So knowing yourself, okay, as a disc coach, right? A lot of people have had a disc here. Who's had a disc before? Okay. So I am a DI, like my D and the I are both like even. It means I love to have fun, but I like to lead. Okay. And I know what my strengths and weaknesses are, right? So you have to know what your strengths and weaknesses are, right? If I'm a D, right, I am going to repel people by my delivery sometimes. Okay. And maybe I'm talking too fast and maybe I'm not so tactful. Okay. But like if you're an S, I love S's. S's are amiable and they're steady, right? The S's sometimes don't speak up for themselves. They don't they lack confidence. Okay? This business, you have to have confidence. And this is where you got to know yourself. And if you have a disc coaching session, I do these in depth 2-hour disc coaching sessions. This is where you can find out, where should I be spending my time? You know what? I'm a C. I'm analytical. I'm reserved. I'm systematic. You know what? I'm not a cold caller. Yes, you have to pick up the phone. Okay. You got to pick up the phone and you got to call people. Okay. Rejection makes you money, right? This business is directly aligned with how many people you talk to. But if you're a C, you can, like a lot of C's have huge businesses because they're systematic. Okay. If you're an I and you're like, oh, I'm an I and you're animated like me, you should be on video. Okay. Figure out what your personality style is so it can serve you and your real estate business so that you can attract more. Okay. And here's the thing, no pain, no gain. Okay. This right here is not a friend of mine, but when I was after heart surgery, this guy called me and said, Tanya, I'm so scared. I'm afraid to wake up and I'm afraid that I'm going to be intubated and I'm going to be choking, because you do choke when you wake up. You know what I said? This is the time you want to feel pain, because if you feel pain, it means you're alive. Okay. It means you're alive. Like no pain, no gain. You want to feel the pain. And here's the thing. Pain is a lesson for us all. So I want you to write down, okay, what were the top 3 painful experiences this past year in my business, and what was the lesson, okay? And what was the lesson and what did I learn, okay? Being successful in this business, like I said, it's going to be the pain of like, I got to get over the fear of rejection. I got to get over the fear of being on video. Okay. I got to get over the fear of asking leaders to lead me. There are so many leaders like Amanda's group me on there. If you pick up the phone and talk to someone and ask for help, they're going to help you. But most people are not asking for help. You know what you're doing? You know, I'm not doing really well. I'm in a hop companies. This isn't working for me, right? There's the pain of even like getting in and showing up. Okay. Show up for yourself and show up for your business. There is a plethora of resources out there. Okay. Tap into your resources. And if you're not tapping into your resources, then don't go change companies, right? Tap into your resources. But if you need better leaders like Amanda, find better leaders, because your leaders are what's going to take you to the next level. Okay. And going back to knowing yourself, okay, I'll go through this really quick. It is a lot of us have trauma around childhood trauma, around divorce trauma, around some kind of mental, emotional abuse, maybe financial trauma. If you don't heal what hurt you, you will bleed on the people that didn't cut you. Okay. So what this means is you have to deal with, what am I doing? How am I reacting too much? Am I retreating too much? What is it about my personality that is not allowing me to be successful? Okay. You have to tap into the deep part of it to heal it, to get to the next level. It's messy stuff. That's why I love doing these disc coaching sessions, and I like doing these mastermind sessions, because people are like, I've had years of therapy and this helped me way more than my therapy, because you're giving me action plans. Okay. So be an overcomer. Okay. This right here, this isn't a picture of my brother, but this is how I grew up. My older brother was duct taped and tied up his entire life. And I had to feed him while he was in a hospital bed. Okay. But I didn't let that define me. Okay. He didn't let that define him. He's one of the greatest Green Berets. This is him. He got the General Douglas MacArthur Award in the military because he was an overcomer. He was a prisoner of war before he even went to war in his own house. We all three were. This is my other brother, who also was a sergeant major. Okay, they just retired. Okay, be an overcomer. The only way you're going to really get to the next level with this business is really tap into yourself, right? What kind of habits are holding you back? Is it also social media? Is it people? Is it your environment? Is it self-belief? Because if you don't raise the price on who you are, the world is not going to, okay? This kid, this is my son. He's an overcomer. He overcame suicide, okay? He overcame it without medication. And now he is a videographer who owns his own business, traveling around the world with Grant Cardone's former video guy, okay? These three kids are these three kids. We're overcomers, okay? Write that down. I'm an overcomer, and I'm going to kick some ass in 2024. Sorry, you guys. Maybe this is the D in me. So it's your lucky day. Get up. It's your lucky day. Get up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Okay. Right now, the holidays, I'm just going to say it's a hard time right now. It's a hard time. Some people are alone. You don't have a companion. You've lost people. Okay. But this is the time of reflection to say, you know what? I'm going to leave a legacy. I'm going to leave a legacy that I'm an overcomer. I'm going to kick some butt in this business. Okay. Here's your homework, right? Download the workbook. I'm going to send you my YouTube channel so you can watch it, like Gary and Amanda and all of us are on here. Sign up for something hard today. Okay. And if something hard isn't something physical, I'm going to encourage you to do something physical. Okay. This is disc test. This is me doing this like not ready. If you want, you can reach out to me. Amanda has my link where you could do a strategy session with me. If you're looking for, Tanya, you know what, I want to do a disc test and I want a coaching session, and then I'll meet with you every 30 days. I do individual coaching, and then I also do John Maxwell leadership coaching for teams to be better leaders. And then I also do I'm starting the 15 invaluable laws of growth for realtors. This is where you go deep. Okay. This is fun. So this is merchandise that I created out of this brand. It's your lucky day. These will go on sale next week. This is the YouTube channel. You can look me up, Tanya Van Riekley, Life Reset Coach. Okay. And I don't think those work because my assistant didn't link them. So I'm going to stop my share. Sorry, this went a little bit over. Did this resonate with anyone? Did this help anybody? Amanda, do we need to end right now?
Amanda just hopped on a phone call, but she'll be right back, she said, but
Okay. Sydney, do we need to end right now, or do we have a few more minutes?
no, we have a few more minutes.
Okay, good. I just want to ask you guys, first of all, I want to thank you guys, right? This was like put it together, non-scripted, scripted, a little bit of a hot mess. Okay. It came from my heart. Did anything resonate with anyone here? And I'd love to hear if something resonated with you. Abiola, you just put yourself on camera. I felt like you're like, girl, I got something to say.
I was driving all the way, but then I was going back and forth. But yeah, you touched my heart. It's been a hard, very difficult year. but I know I'm going to make it because I have faith in God. And you just drop a nugget in my soul that is going to keep me going. And I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your story, which is going to be a part of my story to push me on. It is hard to come out publicly and go through everything you did, but it has strengthened me. It has brought me hope. And I want to say thank you. Thank you so much, Tanya.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Tell me, I want to know, what's the one thing that really did it for you today?
Well, I've been through divorce with 3 boys. And I retired for a year, went back to school to teach for 2 months, and God says, get out of there. Get out of there. You've served 19 years being a teacher, but I need you to help more people. But I was so scared. I'm not in for the money. If the money comes, thank God. But helping people make their dreams come through. I'm divorced, but I'm also a marriage counselor. And people are like, you don't even have a man. No, but God told me to open my mouth. He will fill it with his words. So it's
I feel you,
been,
girl.
so when you said it's time to move, that was what I did in September.
I love
A
it.
day before my birthday, I just told my principal, I'm out of here.
I love that. And you know what? Here's the thing. Teachers make amazing realtors. I love when I get teachers. I don't know who you're connected to, if it's Amanda or somebody, but teachers make amazing realtors. You will do amazing. I'm
Thank
going to send you guys my video about like getting knocked in the face. I have a podcast actually that I did. I'll send it to Amanda to send it out to you. You got this. Okay. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Amanda, let me know when we just need to cut it off. I just want to get some feedback. Amanda?
Now, anyone else want to chime in? I think this is like such an incredible story because it's like business and then warm and fuzzies and then life. And I think sadly, we have to wait until something traumatic happens to us to go, oh, priorities and boundaries and work-life balance. So it's really incredible that we get to kind of live that through you and skip that process and just realize it early.
I love that. Thank you. Who else? Did anyone else? Anything else resonate with you, help you? Did I hit a chord?
So Melissa said, what resonated most with me is if you want to change your life, do something hard. I think I'm my own toxic person in my mind. I need to get out of my head and just be a doer and challenge myself.
I love that. I love that. And that's the thing. We get in our way. And when I do disc tests with leaders that are like, I want to fire my team, I'm like, okay, that sounds good. But based on your disc, it looks like it's time to fire yourself because I wouldn't work for you. Right? Would you hire yourself? No. So if you wouldn't hire yourself, it's time to fire yourself. Okay. And become the new version of who you're supposed to be, the person that God intended you to be without all the trauma, the blame, the shame, the condemnation. Okay. Because it's time for a life reset. And if you got to reset again, you got to reset again. But the thing is, we don't know how to reset if we don't slow down. I like to say, slow the Ferrari down, slow the Ferrari down. We slow the Ferrari down, then we're like, you know, my life's getting a little messed up right now. If I don't slow down and assess it, it's not going to end well. Okay. Anybody else?
I'll chime in, Tanya. Everything resonated with me. I think I got so much out of it, and thank you for sharing your story. It's amazing. I've said it many times before, and I do share it. I hope you don't mind. But that stood out a lot is that I tend to be the one that tries to make everybody feel better and feel energized, but I don't have anybody doing it for me. Like when you say list of people that bring you joy, energy, I have Tanya. Just recently, I joined EXP. Tanya does it for me. I also joined different groups to which she led me to that also like here and Abiola's story as well. You guys bring me energy and light. Tanya was first, and she's led me to different groups that do the same because we're all like-minded and we all have goals and we want to change, and we share stories like Tanya's. But it's just that there, when you asked that question, I couldn't come up with anybody else but Tanya. I'm like, oh my God, I like to do it for others, but they don't do it in return. So I have to reassess that part of my life, choose to be with people that bring me energy and light, more people, and let go of the people that are complacent or just,
Yeah.
love them from afar, I guess.
I love that, Dee Dee. I love your energy. I keep asking Dee Dee to lead a new agent like wrap up throughout the week. Cause like just whatever you learn as a new agent, because she's a learner. She's like, I want her to lead a group, the top 5 tips I learned as a new agent this week. So everybody encourage Dee Dee to do that. But here's the thing. Thank you, Dee Dee. I love leading you. John Maxwell says we can't get to the top alone. Okay. We can't get to the top without a lot of people helping us get there. And sometimes we let our ego and our pride get in the way and they're like, we don't need anybody. Guess what? We need people. And that's why I started the coaches leadership group with Amanda. I'm like, man, I'm a coach, but nobody's tapping into me. No one's saving me. I don't even have a man saving me right now. Right. I did. But, but the thing is leaders need leaders, coaches need coaches. And this is where being vulnerable, right? Amanda's seen me cry crocodile tears numerous times. Okay. You got to be able to ask for help and go find it. And guess what? If someone's not creating it, all you got to do is start it and people will come. A lot of people will come. Some people just don't want to lead it. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else here?
Yeah, I'll step in there for a bit. So Tanya, thank you so much. You've been through a lot, girl. So I mean, kudos to you and for sharing everything that you go through, because that's being vulnerable. And it's just letting us know that, you know what, we can trug up that hill and get to the top, and the ride on the other side just might be a little bit easier. But some of the things that resonated with me today and that Gary and I have been sharing is start saying yes to the right, start saying no to the wrong, stop being seduced. So there's a couple of things that have come in and we've said yes to too quickly. There was something else and I just went, wait, let's stop. Let's think about it, because there's nothing wrong with saying to someone, I'll get back to you. Right? And you don't have to say yes right away. Let's analyze this. What is this going to do for us? What is it going to do to others? You know, it's assessing those to make sure that we're spending the most important time doing the most important things that benefit us and some of the other people. Because we get tired of pulling people, you know, along with us. And I'm like, you know what? These people aren't showing up. So what are we doing this for? We need to be with people like you, Tanya, and the group that we have to bring each other along and love and support one another.
Thank you. And I love being in the group with you guys. I learned so much. You guys make me better. I would be lonely over here trying to build business without you guys. And I love it. You know, say yes to the right things. Okay. And make sure you don't say no to things that are really people and opportunities that are in front of you. Because if you're saying yes to everything, you're saying no to a lot of other things. Every yes means you have to say no to something else because you can't do it all. Okay. Sydney, I'm going to call on you because you texted me and you're like, I can't wait to hear this. I need a reset.
No, this really honestly helped a lot. I took a lot of notes and it just put me in the right mindset like I knew it was going to whenever I heard about this training. So thank you about this. And hearing everyone else's story too has been great as well.
Thank you. I have this podcast that I just did, and it's what does success mean to you? And it goes in depth. It's like an hour. I'll send it to Amanda and send it to you guys. Anybody else before we go? I'm like so grateful for you guys. Like this fills my soul. Just hearing your hearts, right? And being vulnerable is just you know, I could die tomorrow and know like I helped one person, you know. Anyone else? Gary.
Tanya, can I just say that since vulnerability is the new sexy, you and Abiola are the sexiest today.
Ah!
Super sexy, super hot. Thank you, ladies.
Yay. Thank you.
Tanya, really quick, someone messaged me. Can you say the name of the book again that we should read?
I might have said a couple, but The Purpose Driven Life is by Rick Warren.
Perfect. Oh my God, this is our last training of the year, and it's like such an amazing transition to kind of ramp off 2024 and be in the right mindset. So thank you so much for doing this for us.
Yes, yes. I love it. And then the last one is Gary.
I'll just take 1 second. So thank you, Tanya. And, again, I think like the rest of us, very thankful for the fact that we're here. And that's the point I want to share from a highly introverted extrovert, D-type personality. The one thing, I wouldn't be here or Gina if we hadn't have stood on an elevator in Dallas and met somebody and just opened our mouths and started to talk. And that has led to so many avenues and doors open and being in the right rooms, right? And so what I think is really, really important for all of us, even when you're scared, just step into it. You got power. You just have to not worry about it. Like I said earlier, I heard something yesterday. Instead of getting back to the basics, never leave the basics, right? And that for me just hit me like a ton of bricks. We complicate the hell out of everything. So maybe it's time to just live in that basic sense of being and don't be shy. Honestly, it's a hard one to say, but it just leads to so much of this and so much ability to change when you just open your mouth and show up.
I love it. Show up. I love it. Thank you guys so much for having me. It's your lucky day, and I'm lucky to be alive and be here with you guys today. You'll have the workbook. If you feel like you want to get into the 15 invaluable laws of growth, you want a disc coaching session, I would love to chat with you, and you need coaching for your team. A lot of teams will go through and they'll do disc so they can understand each other and so they can thrive in a work environment, right? And start working well together. I'd love to help you. I put my YouTube channel, my podcast from the Get Off Go podcast, and then my own channel in there. Reach out if you need anything. I appreciate you guys, and happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Make sure that you guys really take this time to really reflect. Like when you get quiet, right? People are like, I know why you love nature, because you're just quiet. It's just quiet, right? I am an extrovert turned introvert. Opposite, right? I am living alone and I love living alone. I'm a mama. I love my kids. I'm snowboarding with them this weekend. But me in this season of life gets me to really think about, who do I want to be? And who do I want to become? And who do I want to impact? And who's that part of me, that part of me that I want to fire and leave behind, because I work too hard to not be that person anymore. Okay. So you guys, it's your lucky day. Get up. Let's go. Have a good day. Thank you guys.